Good morning. Today is the 4th of December 2024 and I'm going to go over my trading plan and strategies for today and the levels I'll be watching. But before we start, as always, what news could be moving the market? We do have some high volatility news due in at 10. Now that was yesterday. Today is the Wednesday. ISM, PMI due in, and we've got a Fed speaker as well, Powell speaking. So that's at 10 AM Eastern time, and what's that, 1:45. And we'll see what else we've got today as well. We've got Fed speaking at 8:45. We've probably had that now. And there's a couple more Fed speaking today as well, yeah. So today we've got oil news as well, so if you trade oil stocks, crude oil, so keep an eye on that at 10:30. 10 AM is PMI, so at 9:45 we've got PMI as well, so just be a bit wary of being in a trade when there's news dropping. If you subscribe to the order flows live stream I do display the news events, which looks a bit like this. And it shows you the low, medium, high impact ones for the day. So you can see where we are and what high impact news we could be seeing. So it's worth keeping an eye on that as well. That's actually an indicator which you can buy as well from my web store. If you want a news indicator, it displays an alert on your actual chart as well when the news event's about to happen. Looking at levels today. We've gone through, just having a look now. I just see Nasdaq's just hit a new all-time high, first time for a while. It's not been able to break out. Whereas ES, we've been putting in all-time highs for some time now. All in November, almost every day in December as well. Last few days of December. In the post market, we're still pushing up a lot. You can see. Just open up my pen. Where are we? Is that working? No, let's just reset the pen. For some reason it's not working on screen. So yesterday we were watching this area for a potential break and retest, and you can see break and retest of yesterday's pre-market level would have worked. Unfortunately I had a red day yesterday. I had 3 losing trades in a row. I tried the pre-market break and retest a pre-market high a couple of times and got stopped out, and I did think I tried a rejection as well. So a bit of a disappointing day yesterday, but it is one of these things. That's better, so hopefully the pen's working now. Here we go. So we've got big push up in the pre-market, and there's only really one place I can see for a decent bounce, and I've marked it out already. We've got this volume shelf coming in over at 60, 65. We've got the highs of the last few days, and then we've got the breakout, the retest of that high, and then the breakout, and then the push up. So if we can pull back down into yesterday's high area, which is around 60, 60, 60, 65, I'm watching that for a potential bounce, and that's pretty much all I'm watching for today. If we get down into this region, this grey area, which I've got highlighted, we've got yesterday's low came into that area as well. We'll keep an eye on that area for a potential bounce as well. And that's it. Next key level, if we are pushing up harder and we're going to rally, is this 6100 area. I've got it marked up on the chart. That's just 6100. So that's an area to watch potentially for a rejection. And if we look at the SPX, 6100, a little bit further to go. In fact, this is yesterday, so we'll probably be opening up around about there. So if we're looking to short ES at 6100, keep an eye on SPX 6100 as well, and hopefully the two are in sync with each other and it might be a good short. Again, I don't really want to short if we get into that. I want to see confirmation, maybe some volume come in, or lack of participation from the buyers. So maybe a drop in volume from buyers and an increase in volume from the sellers. and that's why we use the order flow, which is like this screen, and the order flow gives us inside information on what the buyers and sellers are doing. In terms of cumulative delta divergence, we've got an increase of cumulative delta and an increase of price, so nothing really unusual there. So it all looks pretty normal. So it's pre-market volume. So let's flick back to my main screen. Give me 2 seconds, I will be back in 2 secs. Please accept my apologies. Just had somebody at the door. I run a computer repair company, and I normally have a cut-off time in the UK, 2 to 3 PM, when no one drops off, but they didn't get my message, unfortunately. So where were we? We were looking at, we just come and looked at the order flow, which is not doing much today, and we're on the SPX, which is new levels. Let's go back to SPY next. So SPY, we are watching yesterday's high again, so we're looking for a pullback down into the 604 area, 604.20, and we should have a nice bounce area here. We've got the point of control directly below it as well. So 604.24, 604 area for the bounce. Good morning to yourself as well, Charles. Sorry to hear you had a losing day. Yeah, unfortunately, part of trading, and I always cut myself off after 3 trades, and I've got things built into my Ninja platform, NINJATRADER, that stops me from trading as well. So if I have 3 losing trades in a row, then I walk away, and it's good because I get to do other things as well. So, but then my journaling will be focused on my losing day today. So I'll go through my journal and I'll be journaling my trades, and I mainly want to focus on my losing trades rather than my winning trades, and because you can learn more from your losing trades. And me, I didn't stick to my plan yesterday, so I didn't use order flow, and it was just a day where I was getting frustrated, and I think I got stopped out almost immediately on one of them, and I got back in with revenge trading, and then I was down to my last trade of the day, and I just went for a blind short, I think, and you can see what happened. It just went up and up and up, so the shorts didn't really do too well, and the break and retest of pre-market low is what I was looking at yesterday. That's what it was, this area here, and I was in the green for some of it, but it didn't hit. I think I had a target down here. I was using a 5-minute chart for my entry, and my risk reward was probably a bit too high, a bit too large as well. 2-minute would have worked fine. 5 minutes, I missed my 3R target, which is where I take 50% off, and it came back eventually and stopped me out. So frustrating day. And then I think I tried a short probably up here somewhere. It might have been, I can't remember what it was, probably about 2 PM yesterday, and that just stopped me out as well. So I thought, you know what, it's time to walk. So let's go on to NASDAQ next. And good morning to, is it I212S? Hopefully you had gonna have a good day today as well, good trading day today. Look at this. This is NQ putting in new all-time highs. Let's go to the daily on this. We had a high back on July, and then we just took it out again November, and we've yet to be back in that area, and finally we've taken that out. And you can see we're on this strong uptrend, big strong uptrend, and it's really hard trying to find shorts right now, which is why I'm only focusing on trend continuations today. But we do have this area here we can watch for a bounce on NASDAQ. So let's flick back down into the hourly and just take a look at the volume as well. You know, volume is below average, so you know we could just run on below average volume continuously until finally we have a big spike in volume, a bit like here, and we saw a bit of a reversal, and obviously I keep an eye on the RSI as well. So RSI and price are doing the same thing, so there's no divergences. Coming up into the overbought area, but we're not quite there yet. Let's go back down to the hourly. And what I'm looking for is a retest of yesterday's pre-market. So pre-market high, yesterday's high. Probably yesterday's high, this region here, I like the bounce, because there's more touches of candles there. We've got the point of control, which is a high volume area. We've got touches of candles here and here, and so that's why I prefer yesterday's high for a bounce, and that's at 21,261. Keep an eye on pre-market low area as well, even though I do prefer the break and retest of pre-market high and pre-market low. That is coming into a pivot, but you know what, ignore that. I'm not a big fan of that. There's no volume there, there's no touches, there's just one candle. Let's get rid of that. So the only area to watch, in my opinion, is this yesterday's area here, 21,289 to 21,262,261. maybe 21,300, this region here for the bounce. Oh, it's a bit wide, that one. This region here. And that's it really. If we have a bit of a pullback and we're continuing to keep with the trend, we can watch for a potential bounce, maybe on a pullback to continue the trend. Again, it's difficult when we're hitting all-time highs. And as for shorts, nothing until we get to 22,000. We're way off that. So no shorts really for me today. QQQ. Okay, we got the pre-levels from levels we've been watching. Got a volume shelf coming in here. You can see lots of touches of this region, big area of confluence. So 514.58, and we can also watch 516.40. So we've got tops of these pivots, tops of these pivots, tops of these pivots, and we've yet to come back to retest that area. So that's not as many touches as we got below, but 516 for a bounce or 514 for the bounce, and that's where this big volume shows. Not quite the point of control. The point of control is not to get further down here. Let's zoom in a bit more. It probably is. Just clear that. So that is now the point of control area for the last month. So let's watch 514, this area here, for a bounce. Crude oil. We've broken out of this area we've been in for some time now, for a few days. Oh. If we can get over pre-market high, let's watch for a break and retest long, and we've got 71.55. We talked about this 70 area yesterday and a few days ago, saying this is an area to watch for a potential rejection, which kind of worked. And if we get over that, it's a break and retest long. So, and that's, we can watch this 70 area also for a bounce. Where would be a good place? Around this area here, 69.87 to 70 really for the bounce. And then if we can get over pre-market high, let's watch that for the break and retest long. And then rejection, we've got our rejection point here at 71.50. Move it down a bit. I'd like to use more recent pivots. 71.50 area for the rejection, and with confirmation though. Let's take a look at gold next. Again, not a big fan of this chart as it is. It's just going sideways, inside day after inside day. This is our current range we are in. This is the range. You can see we're tightening up here as well. So we need to get out of that, need to get out of this range. So I'm watching for a break and retest of 26.84, maybe watch for the break and retest of pre-market high into this area, and the same break and retest pre-market low. But we can watch for the break and retest coming out of this zone as well, and you can also watch for bounces. So pretty straightforward, but not one I'd trade really. I really want to see it doing something like proper moving up like we've got here. RTY, despite the little delay where I was away for a second, we've still got 10 minutes before the market opens. RTY, oh, I do like the look of this. What I'm looking at here is this area confluence, tops of pivots, bottoms, tops, and a gap, bottoms, 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 a bit of consolidation. We're holding that level, so what we're right in this zone at the moment, right at this level. So we're either going to bounce, so we can keep an eye on yesterday's high, break and retest long, or we lose yesterday's pre-market low and yesterday's low, and then we come down. It could be a bit where we have got the point of control. It's a bit of a volume shelf. So 2400 we can watch for a potential bounce. That's right at the point of control as well. Let's just mark that up. I'm looking for the most pivots about there, and it's not too far from the point of control. So we've got the bottom of yesterday or day ago. We've got a little bit of consolidation there. We've got tops of pivots, bottoms of candles, bottoms of pivots, and the same here as well. and we've got this big volume shelf as well. So, and it's around psychological number 2400. So let's watch this area here for a bounce, and then if we do lose that area, we can watch this area for the rejection back down. But only we need to get down to that area first. Otherwise, just watch for the break and retest above the moving averages and over yesterday's and pre-market high. And then we've got YM. Again, just going sideways. We're in a range. This is the range we're kind of inside right now. Maybe we can narrow it down even further than that. This range here. Definitely need to break out of it. All-time high. We put in an all-time high here, and now we're in a bit of a downtrend. We could be just curving around a little bit. We had our first sign of weakness when we broke down here, came back up. Could be just a liquidity sweep. Point of control's right up here as well, despite this small short time compared to the rest of this chart. Most of the volume on this actual screen right now is in this region here. So we've got to pay attention to this. So either we're going to break out of this range, come back, retest long. So watch pre-market high 445.36, or break of yesterday's low 44.680. And if we do keep an eye on pre-market low as well, there is a little bit of a void coming down into this region, so up down to 44.500. So we may see a bit of a short if we lose that area. Yeah, not even I'm just wondering whether we could even argue that there's a head and shoulders there. So it's left shoulder, head, right shoulder forming or something, who knows. Let's keep an eye on that. Bitcoin. It's still looking pretty strong. Let's go to the daily for this so we can see the volume. See all that volume coming in. We're definitely in the overbought territory. Last time we were overbought, we kind of sold off and then went sideways, put in this flag, this bull flag pattern, and we're overbought again. Notice increase in volume in these at that time. Last time we were overbought there, we actually pushed up, so difficult to really say. And the same here, we're overbought, and then we did have to come back down into the oversold area. We did come down to oversold there. And if you look at that on the chart, happens to be that little pullback. Interestingly, as it was pulling back there, volume, we had an increase of volume, and then we pushed up. How does that compare? I like to think history repeats itself. So we're overbought now, right up here. A little bit of pullback, still plenty of volume on the pullback, and we're kind of just putting in this wedge pattern, and potentially we can watch for the breakout into new all-time highs, or if it doesn't take, if it loses it, we can look down for the rejection down. So that's it really. I'm still waiting for 100k, and I want to take a little bit of my profit out. Otherwise I'm waiting for a decent pullback, and not a vertical push up. There's no real pullback. We want to see it pull back properly back down into previous levels. So, and I'll look forward to add to that. One thing I do every day when I use my card, I've linked my debit card up with my Bitcoin account, and whenever I purchase anything, it rounds it up and puts it into my Bitcoin account. So whatever happens, I'm always putting little tiny bits towards my Bitcoin. I didn't realise I was doing that until last week when I checked. It's called with Revolut, and if you're interested, send me a message or get in touch, and then I can send you a link to my actual Revolut, and I think we both benefit. I think it pays like $30 or something into both our accounts. So it's worth getting a referral code if you do want to sign up to Revolut. Nothing really to do right now. wait for it to break this pattern. And that's it. So let's just look at order flow again on ES. Just not doing anything at all. There's nothing really to see. We only want to keep an eye on that when we get to a place on our chart where we're looking for a rejection or a breakout. Look at this. This is a daily on ES, so we've got big push up into new all-time highs, and look at the volume coming down. So, you know, if it's strong, you should see volume increasing as the move pushes up. So I'm not sure how long we can sustain this uptrend. As you can see, we've been up in the upper half of RSI for some time now. Decreasing volume in recent days. What's the candlesticks doing? Any anomalies? So yeah, there is one anomaly. Look at that small indecision red candle there on that volume. And then look at the previous day. Bigger candle there, green candle on. Let's go with that. Less volume, not significantly much less, but that's a bit of an anomaly as it is. Where is it? That one there. So there is small signs of some weakness up here, but no real signs that we're seeing a reversal. This is what I look for: increase in volume. You can see the increase in volume, and then we sell off with volume still increasing, and then volume increasing until we've had ending volume, which is these last two white candles, and then I push up. But you can see here volume was declining while we were pushing up, and then as we're pulling down, so it's difficult really, and there's no real end. Let's just do clone this trend line. Okay, until see where that coincides with more recent levels. Maybe watch for rejection. Okay, well, there's nothing really more to see. It's not much. Hopefully we have a bit of a better day we did yesterday. Yesterday was a really small inside day. Hard to trade those days. We want to see big trending candles like this, or even a big red candle. At least then you can get involved with the trend a bit more. And even in the pre-market, we've had a little movement. So be a bit wary today. Feels like Christmas volume right now. And that's it really. Market opens in 1 minute, so trade safe, and I'll be on the other stream, the orders flow stream, which is currently live. Okay, appreciate you watching. If you like it, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe, and any comments, just let me know.